Hey everyone, and welcome back to the show. Today we're diving headfirst into the murky waters of cybersecurity in 2025. Buckle up because things are getting wild out there.
Wild is an understatement. It feels like every day there's a new headline about some massive data breach or a new, terrifying hacking technique. It's almost overwhelming.
Totally. That's why we wanted to break down the key threats we're facing and, more importantly, what we can actually do about them. Think of this as your survival guide to the digital jungle in 2025.
I like that. So, where do we even begin? The threat landscape is constantly shifting, right?
Exactly. I think the first thing to understand is just how sophisticated cyber attacks are becoming. We're not just talking about your run-of-the-mill phishing emails anymore.
Oh no.
We're talking about AI-powered attacks that can learn and adapt, zero-day exploits that take advantage of previously unknown vulnerabilities, and ransomware that can cripple entire organizations. It's like they're playing chess while we're playing checkers.
Precisely. And it's not just the complexity, it's the targeting. These attacks are becoming incredibly personalized, making them much harder to detect.
Okay, that's officially terrifying. So, what's the next big threat on the horizon?
Well, think about all the smart devices we're bringing into our lives, from smart refrigerators to industrial sensors. That's the Internet of Things, and it's basically a giant playground for hackers.
Because most of these devices have terrible security, right? It's like leaving your front door wide open.
Exactly. They're often designed with convenience in mind, not security. This creates massive vulnerabilities that cybercriminals can exploit.
So, my smart toaster could be a gateway for someone to access my entire network? Lovely.
Potentially, yes. It sounds ridiculous, but that's the reality we're facing. And it's not just individuals, it's businesses too. Imagine an entire factory floor full of vulnerable IoT devices. It's a nightmare scenario.
Okay, I'm officially stressed out. What else do we need to worry about?
Well, let's talk about data privacy regulations. GDPR and CCPA have really changed the game. Organizations are under immense pressure to protect user data, and the penalties for non-compliance are steep.
So, it's not just about avoiding a data breach. It's about making sure you're following the rules, or you could face massive fines.
Exactly. And it's not just financial penalties, it's reputational damage. No one wants to do business with a company that can't be trusted to protect their data.
Okay, so protect data, follow the rules. Anything else lurking in the shadows?
Absolutely. We can't forget about insider threats. Not all threats come from external hackers. Sometimes the biggest risk comes from within.
You mean employees? Like accidentally clicking on a phishing link or, even worse, intentionally leaking sensitive information?
Exactly. Whether it's malicious intent or just human error, insider threats are a major concern. Employees have access to sensitive data, and if they're not properly trained or if they have bad intentions, it can be disastrous.
Okay, I'm officially convinced that cybersecurity is a minefield. So, what can we actually do about all of this? What are some concrete steps we can take to protect ourselves and our businesses?
All right, let's talk strategy. The first thing everyone should be doing is implementing multi-factor authentication, or MFA.
MFA, right? So, it's not enough to just have a password. You need a second layer of security, like a code sent to your phone.
Exactly. It significantly reduces the risk of unauthorized access, even if someone manages to steal your password. Think of it like a deadbolt on your front door.
Okay, MFA is a must. What's next?
Regular updates and patches. Seriously, people, keep your software up to date. Those updates often include critical security fixes that can protect you from known vulnerabilities.
So, that annoying update notification is actually trying to save me from cyberdoom?
In a way, yes. Think of it as a shield against attackers who are constantly looking for outdated software to exploit.
Got it.
Update everything. What else?
Regular security audits. You need to proactively identify vulnerabilities and potential threats before they're exploited. This includes penetration testing, vulnerability assessments, and security risk assessments.
So, Basically, hiring ethical hackers to try and break into your system to find the weak spots.
Exactly. It's like hiring a security consultant to assess your home's defenses and identify any vulnerabilities.
Okay, that makes sense. Find the holes before the bad guys do. What about the human element? You mentioned insider threats earlier.
That's where employee education comes in. Human error is a leading cause of data breaches. You need to train your employees to recognize phishing attempts, understand the importance of strong passwords, and follow best practices for data protection.
So, regular cybersecurity training, not just a one-time thing.
Exactly. It needs to be ongoing and engaging. Make it part of your company culture.
All right, educate the employees. What about protecting the data itself?
Encryption is your friend. Encrypt sensitive data both at rest and in transit. This way, even if it's intercepted, it can't be read without the decryption key.
So, scrambling the data so that it's unreadable to anyone without the key.
Precisely. Think of it like putting your valuables in a safe.
Okay, encrypt everything. What about detecting threats in real time?
That's where advanced threat detection systems come in. Things like intrusion detection systems, IDS, and intrusion prevention systems, IPS. These systems use machine learning and behavioral analysis to detect unusual activity.
So, they're constantly monitoring your network for suspicious behavior and can automatically respond to potential threats.
Exactly. They're like security guards patrolling your property, looking for anything out of the ordinary.
Okay, real-time threat detection. What happens if, despite all our best efforts, something still goes wrong?
That's where regular data backups come in. Back up your data regularly and store those backups securely. This is crucial for recovering from ransomware attacks and other data loss incidents.
So, having a safety net in case everything else fails.
Exactly. And make sure you test those backups regularly to ensure they can be restored when needed. There's nothing worse than discovering your backup is corrupted when you need it most.
Okay, backup and test, got it. Is there anything else we should be considering?
Yes. Let's talk about zero trust architecture. This is a more advanced security model that's gaining a lot of traction.
Zero trust? What's that all about?
The basic principle is never trust, always verify. This approach assumes that threats could be both external and internal and requires strict identity verification for every person and device trying to access resources on a private network.
So, even if someone is already inside your network, they still need to be constantly verified before they can access anything.
Exactly. It's like having multiple checkpoints throughout your building, requiring everyone to show their ID at each one.
Okay, that sounds like a really robust approach. So, to recap, we've got MFA, regular updates, security audits, employee education, encryption, threat detection systems, data backups, and zero trust architecture.
That's a solid foundation. But remember, cybersecurity is not a one-time effort. It's an ongoing process. You need to regularly reassess and update your security measures to stay one step ahead of the evolving threats.
It's like a constant arms race, right? The attackers are always developing new techniques, so we need to be constantly improving our defenses.
Exactly. Stay informed, be proactive, and make cybersecurity a top priority. The digital landscape of 2025 is a dangerous place, but with the right strategies, you can protect your data and stay safe.
All right, well, that was a whirlwind tour of cybersecurity in 2025. Hopefully, we've armed you with some knowledge and tools to protect yourselves. Thanks for listening, everyone.
Stay safe out there.